and soon to be womankind. The last thing before we go tonight, we rise together. After months of delays because of various technical problems and not one but two hurricanes, NASA's Artemis rocket successfully launched early this morning. The launch marks the beginning of NASA's effort to return humans to the moon for the first time since the 1970s. NBC's Tom Costello has more.
It was just before 2 a.m. on a cloudless Florida night.
And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together, back to the moon and beyond.
The most powerful rocket in NASA history came screaming to life, rattling buildings and windows, headed for a 26-day uncrewed orbit around the moon and charting a path to one day go long and deep.
The moon is just a few days away. Mars is months and months away.
On board, test dummies that will register the G-forces and radiation exposure, with astronauts set to board the next flight around the moon in 2024, then landing in 25 with a crew that includes a woman and person of color. And this is what the future looks like. Astronauts working on a new lunar space station called Gateway. Already the Gateway sections are coming together in Houston.
It's going to let us fly crews from Earth to Gateway. From there, they will go onto the lunar surface.
Just this week, a new NASA satellite named Capstone arrived at the moon, scouting the best future orbit for Gateway. This is Capstone, the actual size. It weighs about 50 pounds. It has these deployable solar panels. The critical piece of technology is the antenna on top, communicating directly with an orbiting lunar NASA satellite.
You can think of it like a GPS system for the moon.
Underscoring why Artemis, with its big orbital loop around the moon, is so critical before splashdown next month off San Diego. Next year, NASA plans to name the astronauts for America's first return to the moon in 50 years, as Artemis picks up where Apollo left off. Tom Costello, NBC News at the Kennedy Space Center.
That is so cool. In response to the successful launch, President Biden tweeted this: NASA's Artemis is in flight. The ship will enable the first woman and first person of color to set foot on the lunar surface and will lead countless students to become explorers and show America's limitless possibilities to the world. And on that very inspirational note, I wish you all a very good night. From all of our colleagues across the networks of NBC News, thanks for staying up late. I will see you at the end of tomorrow.
Alex has the night off, and tonight NBC News is projecting that Republicans will take control of the House of Representatives next year. NBC News now projects that when all the votes are